What's up, guys? Nice little sell my alert. I said down. Pretty good. I'm trying to figure out the actual data. Initial jobless claims actual 194 versus 190 expected, estimated 2. So jobless claims are going down, which is not good for Powell. So they actually want jobless claims higher. PPI 0.7 versus minus 0.4, previous estimated 0.4. So PPI came in hot. So this is a pretty decent little sell we got going on, guys. Just waiting for my son to self-employed, the other jobless. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's people who who kind of collect unemployment. I think it's all manipulated anyways. It's kind of like, I think like the unemployment rate didn't make any sense with the jobless claims, but when I was employed, they kind of have it if you're still in the system, but there was really no like follow up. Oh, are you employed now? Like, I don't really know how they check it from you going unemployed to actually employed, but I mean, it's hard to do that every month. They got a system somehow. I remember a time like the initial jobless claims were going up and continuing the job growth, more jobs, less people, and unemployment was going down or something. It was like, this makes no sense. But, pretty sure, self-employed are considered in there because a lot of people took that leap, including myself, to go self-employed. That was the best time to do it during COVID. Take that leap, where jobs are cutting hours and all that, to actually take that leap. But appreciate you guys for joining. I used to do this last year. We used to do pre-market prep every single day. But due to my wife's new job situation, got to take the kids to preschool, so it doesn't help out. But I'm going to start doing some live trading during the day, every day. So, all right. So we're looking at ES. It's basically 4,100 versus 4,200. This is our battleground right now. Between 4,100 and 4,200, kind of, we hit the top, we go back to the bottom, we go back up, we go back down. Just ranging in between this. We did have that bull flag that we kind of broke out of, but when I see bull flags like this, and we don't have a solid break out of it, I don't really consider it a bull flag anymore. You want to see like our previous breakout like this, a breakout with strength. That's what you really, really want to see. This breakout, unfortunately, we had data back to back, came in, went out, came in, went out, came in. And now, of course, we're back in it again. So I'll be back in a minute. Just give me one more minute trying to help my wife find something. All right, we are good. Sorry, guys, had to find something for my wife. She's taking the kids and going to breakfast with her mother. So, battle of 4100, 4200, basically up there. Basically, 4100, we did break over kind of end of day with that end of day push. What I like to see is, even though we did break above it, I like to see us kind of come back down and break above it again. Now everyone's going bearish. Break above again, but obviously the data was a pretty decent sell-off. So we are underneath yesterday's candle. So did we go outside? Yeah, so all your strategies are gonna be like, oh, called it outside, 50% rule, whatever. Doesn't matter until the market opens. So call swingers are not looking good, but we're still range bound. That's the main thing. I'm not really worried on my call swingers until we actually, break down in this range that when we popped up on the first. So basically our whole February is just ranging right now. Get rid of some of these random lines. So, right now what I like to do is kind of working on yesterday's range. I'm going to start doing these blue dot fibs. I've been doing overnight lows, overnight highs, just kind of moving the overnight low, continuing to move it down. 4106, 4110 was a nice balance. That's 410 on SPY. Definitely, if we do happen to break that 410 on SPY, it's going to be, let's see if bulls are able to push us back up. So that's what we're looking at. Special print 2.8 was kind of our high. SPY 2 days, basically ranging. So nothing really crazy. If you guys caught my class yesterday, pretty much, 410 hold. If you go on to the 1 minute on SPY, the only time like kind of 1 minute helped out, you tell this when we got that low underneath 410, beautiful, decent volume, huge buying pressure candle right there. And then if you look at the 5 minute on SPY, 410 held. We didn't close below, only wicks. So, game plan today is definitely still watching that 410. If we do sell off, watching that previous month high at 408.16. Yes, previous month high is just a little bit higher, I believe. We're looking at 4,100. I don't have previous month high up there for some reason. Go normal. This is always stuff you guys should have marked up. Previous month high. Let's see. Basically, that's where we're bouncing. So, definitely want to see if we're going to be able to hold, last month was an inside month, from the previous month. So we finally broke out. Are we going to be able to hold that continuation up? That's what we're really looking for. See if we hold. Doesn't look like we're going to hold underneath yesterday's price action. So we're going to probably be back into yesterday's price action. So it's setting up definitely a tricky day at open. I don't really, with these big moves pre-market, I don't really try to get into that much at open. Pretty decent sell-off. You can tell POC stayed up here. So let's see the volume profile, see if they're starting to add down here or not. Most of the volume up here when overnight occurred. So I always do, I always like to mark up yesterday's POC. Usually if we're above it or below, like, overall trying to say, oh, we're going to stay above it. Of course, today didn't really do anything. So we're below it. So we're below yesterday's price and we're below yesterday's POC. I always kind of look at the weekly, where the weekly is. The dotted one pretty much right in the middle. So when we're range bound, most of the volume comes in the middle. You do, go to the top, kind of our value highs, go down to the value lows, and just rebound. So we're just mean reverting back and forth up to that 4150. So why take the breakout up here? This is where you're going to want to learn to mean revert. If you keep doing that, when we're down here, look for it to go up. When we're up here, look for price to go down. We'll always look back from these highs and lows to mean revert back to this 41.50, and you'll make money through a range. You might lose one time when we actually break out or break down, you'll lose, but it happens. This is if you did that, you'd probably be 7 for 7, and then you'll lose that last one, so you'd be 7 for 8, still making pretty good money. So I'm not complaining about that. SPX, the watch here, probably got to be below that 4,100. Not really watching SPX that much. Did Bitcoin finally cool down a little bit? Bitcoin's been pumping. Something I alerted last night seems like there's more risk on, which, those stocks, if you go to your top, showing us last night, go to your top performers yesterday. QS, Upstart, Roblox, Coin, AMC, Space, Beyond Affirm, Fubo, Roku, Dash, PLTR, all these, Rivian, SoFi, Unity, King, all these stocks were flying during COVID, just getting overvaluated, just flying and flying, basically for no reason. I remember PT of, was it Affirm, was like 500? No, it was Upstart. Now I remember people were doing Upstart PT of 500. No, yeah, it was about 380. This thing hit $11. Like, this is the COVID run here when rates started getting increasing. So when you start seeing these stocks go, you're kind of looking, risk on. Bitcoin's going, or risk is on. You might see a little bull run going. Battery 100. They made it turn. So that's what I wasn't really worried about, my call swingers. But let's go through some charts. Apple, still like Apple. Let's see if it's going to hold at 151. That's like the main key right here. If we look at Apple, we broke out of this pretty big downtrend, which, every time we hit this downtrend, the market sold off pretty strong. Finally broke above, held it, and then basically we're just consolidating. My main thing is on my Apple swinger, I don't want to see it get below 151. Definitely don't want to see below this pivot at 148, 149. That's like kind of my stop loss. I did average out, I did hit 2 of my PTs right here, and my last PT was going to be up here at this top of the downtrend. But when you go far out, there's no reason not to go far out on Apple. Even through here, we were only down. I was only down like $20 on the contract, so it wasn't that horrible. I held where I wanted to. Continue up, broke yesterday's highs. So with Apple, kind of waiting game. You have your move, your consolidation, your move, your consolidation. AMD, I could probably edit this to be more like this. And if I take this one off, let's see if I can copy and paste this one and have it line up. So AMD, I got March. If we do, I like to see it hold this dark pool 83. If it does come down to the bottom of this one, I would average down pretty heavy because I'd be down pretty good. This is a cheap contract. I'd average down pretty heavy, or decide to sell and go kind of a 80 call or a 90 call instead of that 100. But with AMD, just overall, it just looks promising. You have the downtrend break. We broke out really strong, consolidated, and then usually you want to see a push up. So I really wanted to see 92 on that one. But of course, today's data, everyone's kind of turning bearish on FinTwit on Twitter. So, something to always worry about when risk is on, greed's on. So you could get a little hurt on that one. Amazon. I was actually looking for a 100 test and hold on Amazon today, possibly see it. So let's see if we can break above. If we do push a little bit in the market, kind of break above, test it in a continuation up. I was looking for it this day. We really didn't, we broke up, but we didn't really retest it. Kind of sold off pretty strong. But just waiting on this 100, pretty decent strike level, kind of the hold as a support. But if we do continue to sell off today, let's see if we're going to hold it as a resistance. Kind of that's the kind of plays I look for on options. I do use supply and demand, but lately just haven't been using it just because most things are just completely sideways. Google, pretty decent move yesterday. I've showed this a couple times. If you pop up the weekly the weekly POC, the weekly you should always have up. You can tell with this strong sell-off here, most of the volume came in at the lows. So something in that instance, you're like, if we sell off, people should be selling up here. Why are people selling down? No, they're not selling down here. They're buying down here. We had a little fake breakdown here and then a nice push. So kind of disappointed I didn't take that. I should have taken long, kind of week out calls on that to see it 100. So let's see if we can hold last week's POC, push past 97, back up to 100. This sell-off just seemed a little unwarranted, kind of strong, unneeded sell-off. Meta, I really haven't looked at Meta. But that was nice. Yeah, that 183 retest right here. There's something you look resistance here, broke above, support. We break below. We didn't retest. Well, we did actually retest here. Quick retest. But you come back up, you retest it there, and then we should have a bigger leg down. So that's what I like to see. I don't like to take the breakout of these levels. I like to take the retest. I feel like the retest, you make a little bit more, you get a bigger move. If the retest doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Microsoft, this thing's still getting, man, my call swingers. This is why I don't swing. Microsoft, I'm just waiting for it to, I got Maze, so I'm just going to hold them. Waiting for this breakout of this 274 level. That's the main goal on that one. Want to see it to hold 263. If we get down to this 260, probably see an average down for me. But we have May. I'm writing down the open interest every single day on it. So trying to keep updated on the open interest. NVIDIA. Definitely watching kind of the M pattern here. Here, they kind of wicked. They did break this previous high. Just wicked it. 230. Let's watch 221, 211, and then 28. Something I'm working on, going to finalize it this weekend. Kind of cool is you guys have all my key levels on your chart. I'm working on trying to figure out. All you do is right here. It's pretty simple. It's an indicator. All you gotta do is copy and paste it into the indicator, and your key levels pop up like this. So isn't that pretty cool? You get a thumbs up. Just write something in the chat if you guys are interested in that. Try to pursue that this weekend. Microsoft, see Microsoft, all your key levels are up there. Meta, all your key levels are up there. You don't have to draw. It's all one indicator. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Hopefully you guys look forward to that. Definitely something I could start updating weekly with, more key levels. I could do boxes. I could change the colors. I could do lines. I could do a lot of different things. And I had this indicator, kind of a different indicator fudged, so it works out for me. So, NVIDIA is all there. Tesla, you got all your key levels. You don't have to draw. Just pop this indicator on, and you're good. So, Tesla still can't hold this 214. So if we do break back up, watch at 214, then just kind of this psych level 200 and 196 kind of seems like, you know, pretty decent resistances off that 196. There's our breakout. And then we broke out again, retested it here, continuation up. That's the key play right here. That's what I like to look for on these breakout and retests right here. So we open up below a key level. Here's our breakout. So you take the initial breakout here. Here's your initial breakout, 3.88%. Okay, right here. From 200 to this. No, I'm waiting for the pullback to that 196 and then taking it. So what's my reward? %, basically double. So the wait for that retest, basically double. Everyone wants to play that breakout. Oh, we're breaking on yesterday's highs. I'm going to play the breakout. No, I feel like this way is just a tad bit better. And it's more of a waiting game. So that's what we're looking at on Tesla. It's kind of that, where are we at? 214. Kind of that 214 level. See if we could actually break out and hold. We did after hours, it kind of seemed. But you can tell 214 resistance. Let's go zoom in a little bit more. There's your one resistance, 2. Yesterday we had 3, 4, 5. Finally broke out. Retested it, continue up after hours, so it doesn't really matter. But we did break down, so are we going to have the retest down? Or are we going to have the retest up? So if you want to play Tesla today, that's what I would do. Baba, this should have gapped up. But then I know China was up super big. Oh, they kind of sold off. They pushed and sold off with Europe. Okay. Some other stocks that I like to kind of watch. Definitely keep my eyes on Coin. See if we come back down to 56. We have, you know, resistance. We broke out. Here's your breakout. There's your support bounce. Push up. Let's see what ES is doing. Well, where's SPY? SPY below 410. Still holding below 410. We're kind of, I feel like we're just kind of sideways. Maybe a little sideways. So we're just holding above previous month high, just underneath. You know, I got a spammer spamming me on Discord right now. I'm just fucking with them. It's pretty fun. It's obviously when they're spammers. Need to remove their friend. So I don't see on Discord, guys, gotta be careful. Like, I don't add friends. Like, if some random person sends me a friend request, I really don't add it. I just ignore it. Most of the time, what they're doing is add you as a friend, and then eventually they'll get kicked from the server, but they still can message you because you're their friends. So if I don't accept your request on Discord, don't get hurt. I don't accept any. I get so many spammers. So ES, pretty decent sell-off. So I'm kind of watching overnight lows. Let's see where the mid is, or we could just take the fib from the high to the low. I'm definitely gonna watch this retracement back. .5. Okay, so the 0.5 is basically half back of yesterday. So something like, half back, you'll see a lot of pushing. Do we find buyers or sellers from half back? But definitely want to see kind of this level right here. Change this up. I gotta figure out what color I want. Let's just go blue. No, I don't like blue because my thing's blue. Go orange. So we have this level here. Previous, this is kind of where the month high is right here. This is the month high. Previous resistance, support. We broke below. Resistance. We broke above. Support. All right, we're gonna hold from support. The risk reward, I'd say yes for risk reward style. If you want to kind of long here, I wouldn't disagree with it if you have capital to do so. Keep your stop. You got a 15-point stop to get 70 points. I'll take that risk to reward. Anything else on the docket today? Kind of the big watch a lot is our places cutting employees. I just see DocuSign is cutting 10% of its workforce, which is bullish. So if you want to play DocuSign, pretty decent. Pretty decent news there. We do have Fed speakers. I did alert it. Let me just kind of paste it in so you guys can read it. Mester talking now. I see some of his comments coming through. Bullard at 13:30, so that's 1:30 East. Cook at 4, and Mester tonight. So Bullard could be interesting. Data-wise, we have just household debt at 11 a.m. Tomorrow we have nothing really. Import price index at 8:30, and then index of leading economic indicators at 10. And of course, Monday is President's Day, so the U.S. stock market is closed. So tomorrow might be interesting. So some, in a bull market or in a bear market, you kind of just want to go in every day, kind of with no bias. Of course, have your overall bias. Where does the stock need? Where does this need to go? Do we have any prices to kind of fill in below? That's the only reason I use fair value gaps. I don't use them like ICT does. I just see where we have these strong push-ups like this. And actually, we're going to fill that back in. So that's kind of what I use those for. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate that. I'm researching computers every single day. I'm actually keeping up pretty well here, but I have to close a lot of stuff I have normally on, and I have to kind of decrease the speed. Let's see what the delay is. 1. Oh, let me start over. 1. Kind of don't hear myself at all. Kind of don't hear myself at all. Oh, the delay's like 5 seconds. Okay. This might work for streaming. I probably don't need to get a new computer. Is the quality good for you guys? No. It's not bad. Interesting. Cool. So there's really no delay. Before I was getting like over a minute delay. All right, so let me type up my morning. So just wrote watching 41 or the battle of 4200 versus 4100 is still going on. I got echo. I don't want that. So I said watching for 4100 low, watching for 4100 bounce, or we sell off. If not, 4100 break, or we and we sell off. If not, we head back to 4150, eventually 4200, watching if we stay below yesterday's prices, which is 4113 and or above or below previous month high. Previous month high is 4109. So we have this little bit of yesterday's lows, previous month high, overnight low. We're open up towards overnight low, so the easiest thing is just for the market to take out that overnight low. Statistically, we have like a 98% chance to take out those overnight lows. So, but we had nice wicks down here. So let's see who's in control. I always like to, we have this sell-off pre-market. I always kind of go open-minded into the next day to see kind of stay open-minded into the day. If the daring market price action says not to short, I'm not going to short it. I'm not going to be like, oh, we sold off. PPI is horrible. We need to go down. There's no reason, to do that. Fundamentally, we should be at freaking like 3,200. But technically, in technical analysis, we're making higher lows. We're breaking out. We're doing what we need to do to continue higher. So that's why I kind of go, we had this huge sell off, kind of keep on the levels on where we do, if this, then what? That's what I try to do. This one guy I watched, he was all about that. If we push up, then what? Where are my stops? Where am I take profits? If we continue to sell off, what am I looking for? What's going to happen next? I know there's no reason to short. If we keep making there's no reason to short this. Possibly look to short here. I don't short in this area. Wait for kind of a reason to short. That would be the short. So always wait for the market to play out and to do what you need to do. Just reading over some news. It's something on my plays yesterday. I kind of got narrow sighted. If you pop up that 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, hour chart, you kind of see the market in a looks like a different way. It's pretty crazy how it works. You have, four right here. There's four candles in a row, all bottom wicks. What's that telling you? Buying pressure. There's your push up. Yesterday, 4150. I think half back of the previous day's price was around here. We had this 30-minute doji. My buddy got into puts. I was like, okay. You got a good. I was in carpool lane. I was like, that's pretty decent play. You have that doji. You have half back. You have 4150. A lot of stuff up here. The doji. And there's our sell off. Nice reversal up to 4150, rejected it, finally broke through, and then we squeezed end of day. End of day squeezes, you kind of get a little worried because it seems like they squeeze end of day drop. Usually we don't end the end of the day, no wick. It's always keep that in the back of your mind a lot too. If we're going into the end of the week and we're at the weekly high, you could short it. I mean, this one, this was the bottom. Very rarely do we have no wick on the top of a green candle. This one a little bit. kind of keep that in the back of your mind. If we're at weekly highs at the end of the week, like, okay, this is a little fishy. But that's going to do it for you. For me here, I'm not going to do any live trading because I'm not going to get anything until probably 10. And that's where I was going to end it anyways because I have a class to do. So definitely watch what you need to watch. Overall, appreciate you guys. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Probably do this again tomorrow. My kid doesn't have preschool, so probably go on pre-market live around 8, maybe 8:30, and just go through charts. Definitely want to get YouTube going. Want to get those 1,000 members. Want to get you guys subscribe to the membership. Give you guys more information every single day. Start live trading futures. I just need to get a PC for that because I can't. What's up? I'm ending it right now, buddy. But main thing is I trade futures on a PC. So to get the PC recording on my Mac, it's going to cost me like $300 for a sound card or video card anyway. So